Greetings, friends! Over the month of December, we are going to be releasing videos of a draft that the channel friends participated in. Now, what time is it?
It's time for Darksteel Showdown.
Greetings, friends. This is Alex, and I am going to be showing you the hands that I looked at while I did the draft for the Avatar set. I haven't made up my mind about what I want to do at this point. I haven't looked at all the cards from the set. I wanted to be surprised as I did this draft, and so I haven't decided what I'm doing. And then, oh, we see this rare, and this rare we did a short on, and the short did really, really well, so I'm immediately taking that. So we're earthbending. That's the plan going forward. Looking ahead to cards that I might want if they rotate the table is the Zuko's Exile. I'm really hoping it does do the rotation because it is very useful in the long games. So going into pack 2, we're trying to find earthbending cards, cards that are in black-green. There's one there. The removal piece for 4 mana is a lot. Earthbending on death seems bad. That Boomy isn't really great unless we get lessons. And then this card appeared. And I was so confused. Chris was sitting on my right for the draft, and it wasn't until later that I learned that he got the 4-color or 5-color Avatar Aang, which was his pack 1 pick 1. It does not appear in the later draft games that the channel will be posting, so I don't mind telling you about it now. But yeah, instantaneously, I'm looking at this card. It looks amazing. It's early enough in the draft, obviously. I'm only on pack 2 pick, or pack 1 pick 2, and yeah, I feel very confident taking this card. Gave me a lot more options as the draft progressed, but having Azula, Firelord Azula in my pick was definitely a driving force for the rest of the draft, as I decided to sort of build around the idea of that card. Other cards in this set that are a pack that I was hoping to rotate was Grand, because I was hoping to add it to my Inspirit deck. So hopefully we'll get to see that again as we pass it over to Jordan. And now we got these 2 lovely cards. Definitely a lot of direction that we can take. If we don't get enough Grixis, there's definitely more cards to come. Going into pack 1 pick 3, we've got a lot of options to go with. This Hog Monkey proved to be really powerful during the draft. Abandoned Attachments was also really good. Zuko Exiled Prince definitely leans into the firebending mechanic. Those full art lands are gorgeous from this set. Big fan for sure. The Abandoned Attachments was definitely something that I looked at very, very closely. If I'm going to be building around Azula, instant speed's definitely going to be very useful as she goes into her combat and gives me double triggers. Zuko's very large Firebending 3 is one of the larger effects now that I've looked at the entire set. So it's similar. They're both card advantage. Drafts definitely are won by creatures, not by spells, and so when I finally make my decision for Zuko, I am still confident in the decision that I made to do that. Going into pack 1 pick 4, I was definitely feeling really bad about having picked Zuko. Abandoned Attachments felt really good, and if I wanted to build around Azula, I needed those instant speed spells, and then Abandoned Attachments just returned to me. So it was fated, it was a good call. I double down on that decision now as I did then, so got it in the end. I was definitely feeling very pleased with myself at this point. The form of the octopus is definitely a really excellent piece of protection. I'm a little sad that I didn't go with the lightning bolt in this pack, but with the boiling rock rioter, it was incredible that it was still in the pack. I'm not sure what Rob and Chris took over this card. I'll let the player, Alex, say exactly how he felt about this moment.
I'm amazed this card is still in this pack.
So we're now into pack 1 pick 6, and solidly in Grixis colors, moved away from the Earthbend mechanic. We were talking to Chris a little bit about the different earthbending cards that are in the pack because he talked about wanting to do it throughout the draft. The Solstice Revelations was an interesting card, but requiring multiple mountains, especially when we're thinking about going 3 colors, was a lot to rely on, so we didn't pick that one and went with these rough rhinos. So this pack I wasn't super thrilled about. There's a lot of really good cards in the pack. I could have chosen a whole bunch of them. I was starting to get nervous about being in 3 colors, so the fixing land felt good. All of our creatures are high CMC, so this one CMC creature was looking really spicy. And then I was focused so much on Azula that 5 mana removal spells were also starting to look really good. Because if she's attacking, I can remove multiple things. In the end, I did go with a removal piece, because in the end, I know that creatures are the way that drafts are won, but in Grixis, if I can't remove an enchantment or an artifact, it could just be the end of me. And the 5 mana exile a creature, artifact, or enchantment, and do 2 of them, just felt too spicy to pass up. So in the end, I did take Zuko's Exile. Retrospect is everything, and this pack I have so much regretty spaghettis about. This Messenger Hawk was definitely the card I should have taken from this pack. With no questions. It's just definitely the card that would have worked better in my deck. I have no way to respond to flyers other than a 5 mana removal spell. But I'm running Azula, and my brain is focused on the fact that we're running Azula. And so when Lo and Lee, her tutors, show up, it was all I could think about. I'm like, oh, I can tutor for it. And then recognizing I just took Zuko's Exile, I can now tutor for that. Too good. Now in this pack, I am very glad that we did get ourselves back on track. There were a number of waterbending cards that looked really cool, and frankly, I think that the deck could have used a little bit more waterbending. It's a really simple mechanic to activate, but this Hog Monkey is a very excellent low-to-the-ground CMC creature that can easily get around problems and become a larger threat as the game goes on. So it was definitely a good pick by me. Good job, me. So in this pack, we're starting to look for more specifics. This waterbending lesson, excellent card draw. It's waterbending, would have been an interesting include in the deck, but the North Pole Patrol definitely drew my attention. Its ability to just tap and untap a permanent is really helpful, especially in a draft where I'm going to be running 3 colors, and I've committed myself to running 3 colors at this point. If I'm going to have a card in my deck that has 2 mana pips that require black, and in the draft I only end up getting 1 swamp, this card is going to be crucial for me getting all the colors I need to cast the spells I want. So it's a good piece of ramp that I take. We're getting near the end of the pack, so this one was really simple for us to make the decision on because there's only 1 card in our colors, so the Form of the Octopus was an easy pick. This pack proved to be really difficult. Fire Nation, Raiders, or Callous Inspector. What eventually won out was I have a lot of high CMC creatures, and the 1 CMC creature just won. It was at this point that I realized I hadn't shown off any of the tokens, so here you go. Beautiful tokens. Ah, fresh pack. Pack 2. Pick 1. Once again, that 4 mana removal spell staring me down. There was a lot about this pack that didn't feel like it was in my colors. I should have picked up every copy of Vindictive Warden I saw. Judy is an interesting card, and I am sorry that you can't have as many of them as you want in a deck. And the Day of Black Sun seemed like an okay board wipe in this draft, but I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to play it, but I was better than most of the cards in this pack. I did think pretty long and hard about taking Judy instead of Day of Black Sun, and I did not understand how good the Vindictive Warden was until, unfortunately, we were almost done pack 3. Now, I have been a part of several drafts in the past, Duskmorn being, I think, one of my favorite sets to draft. And I have never before been a part of a draft that was so wild. Uh, there were so many cards that got passed to me that I wish I knew what had been taken instead of the cards that got passed to me. And in this pack, we have a mono white board wipe and a 1-mana 3/3 with Vigilance. I have seen a number of cards at this point in this draft that say draw a card. Getting this 1-mana 3/3 to untap is going to be possible. And so I take it thinking, ooh, it's a new Delver of Secrets. While Game Day Alex spends too much time thinking about this particular hand, I want to defend that idea. The Delver of Secrets deck had a lot of cards that manipulated the top of your library by drawing a bunch of them. A 1-mana 3/3 that taps itself in your upkeep is going to be a 3/3. But with the Delver deck, you're guaranteed to get it to untap. With it being Vigilance, you're going to be swinging in with a 3/3 every turn. The Delver of Secrets sure got flying, but with Vigilance, you're attacking you with the 3/3, and you've got a decent blocker on the off chance that your opponent actually gets a creature that you decide you need to stop, like Haste decks especially. In the end, in this pack, I do end up going with a 3-mana 2/2 with Death Touch. I got way too excited about this 1-mana Momo. I am still sad that I didn't take it because it never made the rotation to the table, and I definitely wanted a 1-mana Momo in my life. But when I saw Katara Bending Prodigy, it was an obvious pick for me. It's a 3-mana 2/3, it makes itself bigger, its waterbending ability just lets me draw cards. It went great with the seal that I just picked up, so I took it. This is the pack that took me the most to go through. The Corrupted Court Official was a card that I was looking at, along with the Blasting Jelly, but the card that got me stumped the most was this Shrine. And I think that the Shrines are definitely a trap, especially this black one. It's too... The blue one at least draws you a card, but unless you get unreasonably lucky and get a bunch of the Shrines, they are almost useless in a draft format. In the end, I did go with the Blasting Jelly because, again, I'm in 3 colors. I'm still concerned about being able to hit my colors because I haven't picked up any of the dual lands. With this pack, I definitely should have taken the Messenger Hawk. It was there, I should have had it, and instead I didn't go with it at all. I do really like that Sokka as well, but in the end, the Messenger Hawk should have been the pick. It should have been the grab from this pack, and it wasn't. For reasons that escape me, I didn't pick it up. I was looking at this vehicle because it's a vehicle with no crew abilities. And so that was a unique scene for me. But this Zao, the Zao is where I eventually land off. I sort of talked at the table for a minute about the fact that Sokka is still there, which amazes me because what colors are my opponents in that nobody is taking Sokka? I really wanted to pick up one of these Cunning Maneuvers. They felt really good and would have been really nice with the deck that I'd built. I never got one. This Vindictive Warden, again, was a card. I should have grabbed every single copy of them. But when I saw Azula, I thought, wait, I'm running an Azula. How many Azulas did they print? Did I just find another one? No, it's a different Azula. They printed like 4 or 5 different copies of Azula. And yeah, I mean, he seems cool. How many Azulas can I have in play at one time? Let's run it and find out. That was the thought pattern anyway. It was at this point in time in the draft that I realized that I should have been running white, because if no one's running this Wrath, this is crazy. I eventually go with the Forecasting Fortune Teller because it's a low CMC creature in my colors. Speaking of low-costed creatures, Judy is definitely a low CMC creature. There's a couple in this pack that are also low CMC, but Judy has such a unique ability on her that I just had to try it out. Welcome to another pack that I am not sure what the heck I was thinking, because I should have taken the Hog Monkeys in this pack. It's definitely the card that I should have taken, and it's also, unfortunately, not the card that I took. I have no idea why I thought these guys, the Foggy Swamp Hunters, were any good, but I did take him. As we end this particular pack, or as we come to the end at least, it becomes very simple for us to choose cards because we have to choose them in our colors. And in this one, hey look, there's another Zao, easy peasy, it's the only card in our colors, so obviously we're going to take that one. Again, we've got two this time, but now we've got a removal spell option, and we haven't got many of those, so we'll take that. And the last card, hey, is even in our colors, lucky us.
I have something to trade, friend.
Let's go. Ooh, what a pretty token. Look.
Pack 3, pick 1. And that Origins of Metal Bending is such a wild card. I think it's the best example of this card we've ever seen. Mountain Cycling is great, especially in 3 colors, and I don't take it. Vindictive Warden, also really, really good. Merchant of Many Hats, also really, really good. Should have grabbed one of those. I don't, because I am a greedy man, and I saw a Fire Lord Zuko, and I want to build a deck with this man. And so, of all the options that I did have in my disposal, fortunately, the one I went with was the rare. I think in retrospect there are a couple of cards here that would have worked better than the card that I did eventually take. I'm also not sure about the vehicles that are in this set, even now after having played the draft. The Dragonfly Swarm is the card that I eventually went with, and I'm not confident it was the right card in the pack. Get in the comments, tell me which card you would have taken. For this pack, a lot of the cards in it could have gone into our deck and been usable. I am still, at this point in the draft, concerned about the high CMC of the creatures that I'm running. And so it sort of came down to either June or the Yuan Archers. In the end, the Yuan Archers won out because Reach seemed more important with my lack of flyers. I think in this pack, I was won over quickly by It'll Quench Ya, more because the scene in the show was extremely funny, and less to do with the fact that the card was actually really good in the deck. I think if I had to do this pack over again, I would have taken the Merchant of Many Hats for its usability in the deck.
Drink cactus juice.
It'll quench ya.
In this pack, we were able to clean up our removal package by adding a Deadly Precision to the collection. I think in this pack, we got one of our most valuable pieces, and one that if I do a draft for Avatar again, I would pick up in a heartbeat, which is the Bending Water Skin. It proved to be incredibly invaluable with the water bending mechanic specifically. Having an artifact, even mana, untapped each and every turn allowed me to activate abilities multiple times, have more spells to cast. It was just great. It does impress me how many cards we got in the end of this draft that did end up proving to be incredibly invaluable during our game. And the Vindictive Warden is finally picked up in this pack. I really do wish I had picked up more of them because it's really good. A lot of our games do come down to just one hit point. Now, in this pack, we really do rely on that philosophy that creatures win games, not spells. So despite the fact that there was a decent removal piece in the pack, we do take the Pirate Peddlers. Now, as the music shifts over to our finale soundtrack, we just want to let you know that over the next 3 weeks, we will be releasing the gameplay videos from the games that we played from this draft. Please return to the channel every Thursday for our long-form content. We look forward to seeing you then, friends!